Today is March 21, 2024. A Nigerian transsexual, experiencing abuse in America, and my friend Eric Garner has been killed. And they said when they killed Eric Garner, the police was laughing, and I'm the only one in America that could possibly understand the meaning of that laughter. There was a pattern to that laughter, and the police shot me out of the court process for Eric Garner. Didn't let me testify in court, and they got the case dismissed. The Eric Garner killing case dismissed by the courts, the grand jury. Because, and the laughter component can be better explained by the fact that in 2010, when the police removed me from my basement apartment on Staten Island, the buildings department guy came with them and was making fun of me and my mother at the way the police were infringing on our rights. I was giggling, and my mother went into heart attack mode because the police tried to put us in psych ward or arrest us, and that got my mother scared. So they would use torture to remove my mother from her home wrongfully. So in 2014, when Eric Garner heard about it, they promised to help me and my mother. It was standing on Victor Boulevard and Bay Street, and I was under FBI surveillance then because I'd been released from immigration prison. And like Snowden said, a former CIA agent that fled America to apply for asylum in Russia said, once you're under FBI surveillance, they'll always keep you under surveillance. So I guess they stitched the NYPD. That Eric Garner is trying to help a foreigner who was vacated by the NYPD. So the NYPD went and choked Eric Garner dead, and they were laughing. So I'm the only one that will understand the meaning of that laughter. That was the laughter they used to remove infringing my rights like 4 years earlier. No one in America would have understood that laughter, and they shut me out of the process. So my mother's daughters, when they heard about that I filed a lawsuit against the NYPD, Bolani and Flora, my mother said they were very jealous. They read my court papers. They read that the fact that my mother went into heart attack mode when the police threatened to put us in psych ward if we don't leave our apartment. So when my mother was having a high blood pressure and she was in Bellevue Hospital, my mother didn't tell her daughters, Belani and Flora, what hospital she said she was into insurance fraud, and she was afraid they were about to kill her for money. She said they were very jealous I was going to make a lot of money from the NYPD taking my home. So my mother just told her daughter she was in the hospital. She didn't tell them what hospital. And she was shocked when they came all the way from Pennsylvania. I came to the hospital and told the hospital to lock my mother up in the psych ward. So it seems they were trying to reenact what I put in my court papers, that when the police threatened my mother with psych arrest, if she doesn't leave the home with me, she went into heart attack mode. So I said, our daughters, may I file for life insurance policy, and they were just trying to see if they can reenact that and get her killed. So the doctor said, as soon as the doctor told my mother they were going to put her in the psych ward, my mother just went into heart seizure. And I also heard that my mother didn't die right away. She was still trying to open her eye, but they declared her dead. And I went there to see her body, and I'd already quickly, like a torture. Before I got there, they told me she's no longer there. They told me I should go find her somewhere else. So I went to the medical examiner's office, and they told me, they're not going to let me see her. That they're only going to deal with my mother's daughter. So they shot me out of the process as a homeless friend. They tortured me, so bad, So they were just shot me out of everything in America. They killed my friend Eric Garner, shot me out of the process, didn't let me testify in court, even though I was under FBI surveillance, and they required Eric Garner, promising I was going to help him with my court papers, in 2014, and so the FBI must have had the recording in their database, but they didn't help me. They didn't let me testify in court. And after Eric Garner told me I was going to help with my court papers, I was living temporarily in the building close to where they killed Eric Garner. So in March, somebody set the building on fire, and I put a lot of evidence in that building against the NYPD. I was storing a lot of evidence there. So the building was burning, and the fire department came, wouldn't extinguish the fire, and the bystanders were screaming, shut the fire, extinguish the fire. They didn't know why the fire department wasn't shutting off the fire, and it's like they were just enjoying watching me suffer torture, watch the building burning down with all the evidence against the NYPD. And there was a daycare center nearby. The smoke was going there, but the kids in the daycare center had already been evacuated. So nobody else understood why the fire department didn't extinguish the fire, and they said the house has a lot of violation, but they didn't arrest the landlord. And I was trying to get the landlord investigated, but the fire department didn't help me. So that was 2014, all kinds of drama. So by 2015, my mother's daughter came to New York when my mother was in the hospital, and got her killed. So my mother said they were reading my lawsuit papers, and I'm sure must have read the part where I said when the police said they were going to put my mother in psych ward, my mother went into heart attack mode. So when my mother was in the hospital suffering from heart disease, Adoras came to Bellevue Hospital and told the hospital to put her in psych ward. And they said as soon as they told my mother they were going to put her in psych hold, my mother went into heart attack mode again. And they said, but somebody said her eyes were still blinking. She didn't die right away, but the hospital declared her dead. And she must have suffered while alive and put, and they were acting like she was already dead. And they said, Adora said they don't want no autopsy. They don't care how she died. It's okay. The doctor told me they wanted to do an autopsy because I told the doctor that I wanted an autopsy. That her death suspicious. They said Adora said no autopsy for her. They're okay with her death. Everybody should just move on. That was strange. That was so strange. And I went to the medical examiner's office also. I told them I wanted an autopsy. They said no, they can't do an autopsy. Adora says it's okay. Everybody should just move on. No autopsy. And and they said, so they didn't let me participate in my mother's funeral. They did it behind my back. Outside I was shut out. And in 2019, the MTA were harassing me. Wouldn't let me use the bathroom. They would bring thugs to harass me out of the bathroom. And on July 20, 2019, I was trying to use the bathroom. They brought a thug to be harassing me, so I was recording the thug. They thought I was going to fight that thug. I didn't fight that thug. I was just recording them. So I told the thug I'm going to post the video. So an MTA worker told me you're done today. They didn't want that video out because Trump was doing an immigration raid in July 2019. I was an immigrant, and they were torturing me in the bathroom. So I was going to post the video. So I didn't post the video early. So by 8 p.m., I went to Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. I was just sitting down. A guy came. So they had wanted me to get into a fight in the morning, but I didn't get into a fight in the morning. So I thought that was it, So I thought it was good. So that time I was sitting down Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. So the brother guy was touching me in a sexual harassing manner. They wanted me to fight the guy. So it was touching me on Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue in a sexual harassing manner. So I was like, so I protested, stop touching me in a sexual harassing manner. I said, the police camera is recording you. Then the police came, and that was it. They slammed me on the floor and began choking me. And so people came to the scene because back then the police radio, people were listening in. So when they hear the police is deployed to area, people will come in to find out what's going on. So people came by. I was recording me as I was being choked, and they saved my life because they were telling the police to stop choking me. So the police whisked me away in an ambulance. I went and dumped me in the nearby hospital, NY Psychiatric Hospital. So the NYPD now, like a joke, said they decided to encrypt their radio signal because they don't want the bad guys listening to the radio signals anymore. So that we were making fun of the people that saved my life, calling them bad guys. Another joke element. They were trying to choke me dead, and the people that was listening to the radio signal came to save my life, and the NYPD has now blocked people from listening to the radio signal, say because bad guys listen to the radio signal. Another joke element. They killed Eric Garner. They were laughing. They took my home in 2010. They were laughing. So the joke continues. So when I got to the psychiatric hospital after they choked me, there was laughter. They were shouting Baba Tuesday. So apparently it was a Sunday night. I didn't know what that means. So I told the nurse my name is Baba Tuesday. So I'll call you Baba Tuesday. I was laughing. So apparently the joke was they decided to arrest me on Sunday night because every Tuesday there's a court hearing. And they can only hold you for 24 hours before taking you to court if you don't want to be in the psych ward. They knew I wouldn't want to be in the psych ward. So they arrested me on Sunday night, and by Monday, when I wanted to register to go to court on Tuesday, they told me it was already filled up, that I've registered a week before. So they told me they're going to hold me for a week at least. So I called the Nigerian embassy that they told me they're going to hold me for a week at least, which is against the law. They can only hold you for 24 hours in the psych ward. So they turned into a joke. I wasn't crazy, and they were medicating me like I was crazy, like a joke. Another, when they killed Eric Garner, laughter. When they took my home, laughter. Put me in the psych ward even though I wasn't crazy, laughter. Block people from listening to the radio signal in Brooklyn, saying because the bad guys are listening. And the people that came to save my life from listening to the radio signal, they weren't bad guys, they saved my life. I would have been killed like George Floyd. So there's a laughter component to the torture. So now Hochul has joined in. She said if any immigrant touches the police, they have to be arrested. And they said they should be taking people to the psych ward again. from the MTA station. So the MTA workers have started abusing me. They'll be blocking my path in the train station, which is against the federal law. The federal law, you can't restrict somebody's movement in the train station or movement in America. So the MTA worker, they'll be locking up the elevator. I carry a lot of bags. I'm homeless on the street. I carry a lot of bags with me. So they would blocking the elevator. So the Fulton Street station has multiple elevators, but the elevator I wanted to take leads to the bathroom. I was trying to go to the bathroom. So anytime I want to use the bathroom, they would try to start a fight with me. So like in 2019, when I was in the bathroom, they brought a thug and told I was done and put me in cycle that day. So anytime I'm trying to use the bathroom, so 8 a.m. today, March 21, 2024, I was at the World Trade Center. I was trying to go to use the bathroom. So the elevator I would take, they put a janitor there, and she was blocking my way. And if you don't understand the context of this story, you think I was crazy. Like, why are you panicking? The janitor's doing their job. It was rush hour. The MTA station is open 24 hours. If she wanted to clean, she would clean at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. And, it was rush hour. The trains was dropping people off. And people bump into me like that. When they create a stampede, the people bump into me. And, I don't like people bumping into me. I just don't like it. It's an era now. You got to be very sensitive. Me Too and all that. I just don't like people bumping into me. So they noticed that about me. So they're looking for ways to provoke me. They said Hochul, Governor Hochul, put a nurse there. Said if any homeless acts out, put them in psych ward. So they've been trying to get me in psych ward again. After 2019, the police choked me. So Hochul, they said this Hochul has a xenophobic history, whereby in the 1990s, the New York State legislature was going to be giving immigrants driver's licenses, undocumented immigrants, and Hochul single-handedly blocked it. And now Hochul now says she has repented, she's no longer that xenophobic. But some weeks ago, some immigrants was fighting the police, and she said if any immigrant touches the police, they have to be deported. And she's not the president of the United States. Immigration law can be enforced by New York, by governor. Is federal. Immigration is enforced by the feds. So it's almost like an insurrection. She's trying to, she's trying to usurp federal power. She's like the charge Trump with insurrection. She's trying to bypass the feds and start enforcing immigration law, which they're not supposed to. The governor's not supposed to do that. And besides, the court hasn't decided whether those immigrants are guilty. And Hochul says she don't care. She wants them deported. She saw them touching the police. When the police were choking me also, I was trying to stop them from choking me. So she says so it's like she was referencing me the way I was choked in 2019. You can watch the video of me being choked. She says she wants any immigrant that touches the police to be deported. So now they're creating obstruction in my path. So you please watch the video of this MTA worker blocking the elevator. There's several elevators in that platform, but only the one I would use is the one she's blocking. And I needed that elevator to go to the bathroom. So they always menace me, deny me access to the bathroom like I'm an animal. So now I've been so I'm going to show you the video. I'm going to show you the video. From 8 a.m. this morning, March 21, 8 a.m. Around 8 a.m. I think it's this one. I'm going to show the video. So please watch. So ever since Governor Hochul set up that they should be removing poor people with chains into the psych ward, I've been getting that blocked everywhere as I was standing here. Somebody said, what's wrong with these fucking women in America? And the train conductor is blocking my way to get upstairs. My mother was put in the psych ward as homeless and killed in Bellevue. My friend Eric Garner has been killed, and they took me to the psych ward also. I'm a homeless foreigner, and they're treating me like... Okay, so, I didn't start recording her early, but she left me here for like 10 minutes before she left. So, and I needed that elevator to use the bathroom bed. I was about to, mess up my pants. So they've been studying me and trying to provoke me. They said there's a nurse that hides in that station. Hochul put her there because they know I use that station a lot to go to use the bathroom at the World Trade Center. They said that nurse has been getting people arrested. Once they notice if you're homeless, that nurse will come by you and say, look, you look crazy, we're taking you to psych ward. So they were trying to get me to poo poo my pants. They said that nurse is also from Nigeria. And another Nigerian told me that he works with the mental health outreach. And he told me, get out of the station as quickly as possible. I don't want you to be hurt. So I told that Nigerian why. He said, there's some of their colleagues that, they're very brutal. And he came with that Nigerian guy that was talking to me. He came with a police officer also says, he told me they work with the police. He said, but some of his other co-workers, they can get the police to handcuff you and go put you in a cycle, even though you're not crazy, like a joke, and they'll treat you like you're crazy, and so this whole Hochul is treating most of the homeless are blacks. I said that Nigerian that works in this station is a nurse and is putting a lot of people in the cycle. My mother was getting cycle by daughters. They are Nigerians also. So I don't want another person hurt. My mother wasn't crazy, so this has to be investigated. First, I have to investigate this. And a lot of people don't know what is going on. So they delayed me from using the bathroom. She held me there for like 15 minutes. And if I was you can see my bag. I carry a Target bag. If I was and there's no way I can carry my bag up the staircase. You can see the staircase at the back. There's no way I can carry the bag. So in Queens also they blocked me from using the elevator. It was raining, so I went to Queens late at night some weeks ago. So I went to eat rice and chicken. As I was eating, they locked up the elevator against me in the rain. So I was trying to get back to the elevator was locked. And I stood there, and I was recording for like an hour. That's when they reopened the elevator. And they told me anytime it rains, the elevator will automatically shut down. Yeah, I didn't believe that. Because I've been in America and the elevators work during the rain. I've never heard of elevators shutting down when it rains. Because they have a key. So now sometimes they use the key to lock up it was an F train on Queens. But today there's several elevators on this platform. Right behind me where I'm standing at, there's like 2 other elevators, and they weren't cleaning that. Only the elevator I would take to go use the bathroom, because upstairs is the bathroom to the World Trade Center. So they were delaying me because they knew I was overdue to use the bathroom, and they could have got me to mess up my pants and said that they put a Nigerian nurse there and walk up to you and say, you look crazy, you're going to the psych ward. And they will start treating you like you're crazy forever and ever. It's like a joke. So, they need to investigate this Hochul, and since then I've been getting brutalized. People are bumping into me, and they've been putting graffiti all over the place, using anti-gay slurs against me. And they say if you get angry back, the police will come and arrest you, put you in the psych ward. Like a joke, and say, you're permanently crazy. And they'll be treating you like crazy forever in the hospital. And they'll put you under sedatives, and I'm afraid of being raped. Because there are people that bumping into me. I was in a Target store, you can see me carrying the red bag. 2 women, they were bumping into me side by side. I'm like, I'm a transsexual. Why these 2 women bump into one says sorry, the other one didn't say sorry? And they said when Eric Garner was killed, he had a baby on the way. So when the child came into the world, the child will be entitled to special money. So I'm trying to sue NYPD. I'm trying to sue the feds also for putting me in immigration prison wrongfully, because I had a green card stamped in my passport in 2000. My mother had a green card, and the feds put me in immigration prison. Said children are not welcome in America with their green card holders. And my mother went to the Nigerian embassy, and the Nigerian embassy, they don't care. Even though I was kidnapped. So my mother has been reaching out to her family members all over the world to help me, and she's told me our family members don't care. So in case anything happens to me, I've reached out to people. No friend or family member should have a say in my case.